act like men. They want to try to date. Like a woman would never look at a man like she should look at a man. She wants to look at a man in their eyes and like want to try to be on a man's level. But like you said, stay in their lane. They don't understand what the lane is.
No.
So, but you got to take this goes all the way back to slavery when they used to butt break the man, make a man look like a woman in front of the whole tribe, in front of everybody. And then it goes after that with sex. A woman can't get assistance with having a man, but if a woman was to inquire through government assistance, she'll know that she can have a man and still get assistance. She won't get as much, but but a woman won't look into the things that she needs to do in order to be able to get those assistance. She'll totally write off a man and go seek refuge with the so-called white man and his system. So they won't even seek they won't fight for the bond that we have as a nation with the man and the woman. They'd rather just go with what they see as an authority right now. So they're gonna act accordingly.
That also go with the curses too as well. When it says your tender and delicate woman should look evil towards her husband and her children. And you have that a lot, with our women, looking evil towards their men in their own household.
And you got a lot of the men trying to fight back the honor that we once had when we came over here, because our women looked at us like kings. When we came over here because of our bondage, they look at us like we're nothing now. A lot of our men try to fight for that, for our women to turn and look at us the same way that they used to look at us. But this is the only way that they're going to look at us in that order. The righteous women are going to look at us as like kings.
Right, we did everything else.
I have something else to say.
Look at Will Smith. He's like one of the richest dudes, smoothest guys and shit. Look how Jada did it.
With an entanglement.
He thought if he got all that money, he said it. I thought if I got all this money and I took care of her, she would never do this to me. She still did. Not every woman gonna do that. But I'm saying, money can't do that. Money can't buy you love.
Okay, I have a question about.
Buy you a good time.
When he was saying that, like generational wealth, is that what y'all alluding to? Generational wealth was the last scripture y'all read.
Generational wealth.
Curses?
No, before we got into the conversation about knowing the lane, it was like something. I'm not sure. What were you all talking about? Generational wealth.
Generational wealth?
Yeah, like you pass on the riches to your wife and kids, like you said.
Oh yeah, in the kingdom.
Okay. I was just thinking.
We can look at it like that. But that's true. That's true generational wealth. So we're gonna pass on the blessing to the ones that get delivered of our household.
Okay.
Just like Noah and his household were delivered by Yahweh. Same way Lot was delivered from Sodom and Gomorrah. In his household, the angels came and got him. They came down to the earth and talked to him face to face and said, yo, you need to come with us. So now the Lord gonna send his angels again to come get us. The angels look like black men. They're not aliens. Swing low, sweet chariot. They call UFOs, they're really the chariots of the Lord. That's what he's coming back at. We came over here in slave ships. We leaving in what? Heavenly ships. Chariots, man. And you're going to hear about them this year. But
this is Revelations chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he come with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
Right.
And they also which pierce him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so Amen.
Right.
That he is representing Yahushua, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, man. All right, and the Lord is going to come back with thousands and thousands of chariots where Esau ignorantly called UFOs. That's how he's going to come back, man. All right, and the world is going to be the other nations. They're going to be in mourning. They're going to be they're going to be in mourning, man. It's scared, man. Because Yahushua is coming into this room, all right, with celestial power, man.
Yep. Celestial beings. Celestial power, man. And that word celestial means what? Something out in the heavens. Something made out in the heavens. So he coming with the heavenly power to deliver us, man. To deliver his bride, the children of Israel. All right, we waiting on that day, man. And this is the way out. This is the way our people come together. This is how we build a community where we can commune together. the scriptures say, how can two walk together unless they be agreed?
Yeah.
So if you get 5 people, 5 men and women, whatever, and they all dark skinned, but one of them a Christian, one an Egyptian, Egyptologist, one is a Muslim, one is a Catholic, one is a Buddhist, and the other one follow Oprah. I'm just saying, you know, she got her own shit. But that's confusion. They can't. How far are they gonna walk? They ain't gonna be able to move a toe. You know? Because as soon as they start walking, guess what they gonna do? Scatter. Cause they all going in different directions. See, if we serve the one and true living power, Yahweh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you know, Yahweh Akkad, Yahweh, He is one. We serve Him as one, and we coming together as a body. A body supposed to have one mind, not two. We're supposed to have one Lord, not many. All right?
You're a jealous power.
I said you had another question. You asked
No,
me
I
about
was
stuff.
asking if I was in the way because
They
people
keep,
interact.
they just trying to make it look like you're in the way. You know,
Oh,
they do that with us too. They,
I don't want to be like rude, you know.
well, they're trying to cause a scene because they don't. A lot of them don't like this.
Trying to really cause
They're trying to act like you're in the way. You know what I mean? Hey, officers, can you tell them to get out of our way? You know what I mean? That's what they're trying to do. Let's get Isaiah 29 and Luke 13 and 23, 16 and 23.
Isaiah 29 and 7.
Yeah.
So this is Isaiah chapter 20. It's Isaiah chapter 29, verse 7. And the multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel, even all that fight against her, and her munition, and that distress her, shall be as a dream of a night vision.
Right, where it says Ariel, that's talking about Jerusalem. So if you see Ariel in the scriptures, it's a code word that the Lord called Jerusalem at that time. All right? That's Isaiah, what's that, 29?
7.
Yeah, 7. So he's talking about Ariel being Jerusalem. And that word Ariel, I think it's Ariyah Allah, which means lion of God. All right, so we the lions. But the Lord said, just like a powerful lion that gets circled by mighty hunters, this lion was going to be brought low. All right, he wasn't going to be roaring and sticking his chest out. He's going to be brought low and pushed down to the ground. And his roar was going to become a whisper. Go ahead, brother.
No,
Verse
Yeah.
verse 8 of Isaiah 29. It shall be as when a hungry man dreameth.
Oh, so this right here, right? These are all the nations that come against Ariel?
Come on, you want me to go back?
Yeah.
All right, verse 7. It says, and the multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel, even all that.
What's that, Psalms 28? No, is it Psalms? 82. Psalms 83.
83.
Yeah, I got you on this.
It says, and the multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel,
All these nations fought against us.
even all that fight against her and her munition, and that distress her, shall be as a dream of a night vision.
That's right. All these nations fought against us, right? And he said their rulership, even though these rich Caucasians, these Edomites, they ruling the world. They've named the earth after themselves. They named cities and countries after themselves. Like they're gonna live forever, rule forever. That's what you would think. But the Lord says it's gonna be as a person that dreamed. They got us in their grip. But then they're gonna wake up from that dream, they're gonna be sitting back in the caves. Go ahead. Keep going, read that again from the top, that part.
Isaiah 29 and 8,
Yeah.
7. And the multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel, even all that fight against her and her munition, and that distress her, shall be as a dream of a night vision.
Whoa, so they're gonna be as a dream of a night vision. Meaning you see them now, but someday we ain't gonna see them no more.
I'm sick of it.
You sick of it, right?
Cause that capital mess, I was like, you got to be kidding
That
me.
capital mess, yeah, we tired of seeing they
I said, wow.
yeah, that lady was like, it's a revolution. What are you talking about? I'm like, that ain't no revolution. That's just Esau being Esau. What's that, Job?
Never seen nothing like this before.
30 again? Job 30 before? It was 20. Job 20 before? Yeah, let's get that again. Keep going.
Verse 8. It shall even be as when a hungry man dreameth.
Wait. You gotta check this part out, man. So this is gonna be as a hungry man. Go ahead.
It shall even be as when a hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh.
Hey, you know you had a dream, and you like right there at that sandwich or that food in your dream, then you wake up. Oh, that's what's gonna happen with them. As soon as they're about to try to do this, see, this is their dream, right? To get a new world order. You know, you heard about that. They're trying to build a new world order. The first world order was with the dollar.
Oh, yeah.
Now they're trying to build a new world order. Chip. See that? So now,
Microchip?
the digital. So now, that's their dream, to get that. But the Lord said they're going to be right there at it. Then He's going to wake them up out that dream. Yahweh Shai going to show up. Go ahead, keep going.
It shall even be as when a hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh.
Right. He eateth, but he awaketh, man.
And his soul is empty. Or as when a thirsty man dreameth, and beholdeth, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint. And his soul hath appetite, so shall the multitude of all the nations be.
Oh, so shall the multitude of all the nations be. Africans too. See that? Because they want part of this new world order. They just became one of the richest countries in the world through their resources. And they separated from Britain, and they separated from the West. You know? You heard about that recently probably. They've been talking about it. Ethiopia. Go ahead.
So, I don't know, I've been reading, trying to do my research, but you know, sometimes it's not correct.
Yeah.
Africa, is it true that Africa is, like, it has, the world needs Africa, you know, other continents? Because it has all the resources, correct?
Well, it was called the land of milk and honey. So it's a very resourceful land, yeah.
Okay,
but we don't need it, we need Yahweh. We need Yahweh because He knows the resources of the earth.
Okay.
You know, and we need them out of the way so we can replenish the earth and get the resources from the earth.
I'm not trying to be funny.
They in the way.
But do you think, like, Caucasians have souls?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, all souls go up to the Father when they die. There's no hell. Hell is right here on earth.
There's good souls and there's bad souls.
Yeah.
Spirits.
I don't know. Maybe just, I don't know.
Even their spirit is at rest when they die. Because a thirsty lion on this earth, they can't get no rest. They got to eat to live, right? These devils, they got to devour people to get their blessing. That's the only way they do it. How did they get the earth? They robbed, stole, and killed. Rape, robbery, and murder, right? So they got to keep doing that to be who they are, yeah, to survive. But when they die, they're no longer in the chase anymore. They're with the flesh. So they're on the left-hand side, though, yes. They're on the left-hand side with the devil. See? Yeah. She probably know.
All right. This is Job chapter 20, verse 15. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of ass, the viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not. Yeah, I'm good. It says, he shall suck the poison of ass, the viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers of the floods, the brooks of honey and butter.
Right. Yeah, what he just read. He said, yo, when he was about to eat, the plate gonna be snatched from him, like DMX.
It says, that which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down.
Hey man, I know a lot of brothers had the Halle Berry dream.
Yeah.
That's why they laughing, see? A lot of brothers had the Halle Berry dream. And then back in the day, now, you know, I don't know about now since that
She's still
since that movie she did.
They made her look a type of way, but she's
I'm talking about Monster's ball.
Monster ball, yeah. He balled up.
Yeah.
But everybody had that dream. I'm just joking for it.
Yeah,
I'm being sarcastic, you know.
I speak it to you.
Yeah, I know. That's why I get you, man. I get you. But everybody had that dream where you're like right there, and then something just wake you up. You be mad. You know, you're kind of mad, salty. That's how these people gonna be, man. I love it. You know, let's get up in his zone. Let's individualize him. Look at him. He gone. We X'd him out. Yeah, he died. You see the X's on the eye? You know how they used to do, like dead varmint? You would raspy varmint. He's out of here. You know? I think he about to kick the bucket. Yeah, they basically all still dead, though. Yeah.
It says, according to his substance shall the restitution be.
Right.
He shall not rejoice therein.
Right, so they're not going to rejoice. They're trying to bring this new world order, and they're not going to rejoice in it. That's what Isaiah 29 was talking about. All right. So soon as they go to get that new world order, soon as they go to bring martial law and push that, you know, what they're trying to put in everybody. As soon as they go to push this chip and start rousing the people up with their depopulation plan under Bill Gates and the Rothschild family, when they go to do that, that's when your house shot going to leap up like a pouncing lion that's hiding in the bushes, ready to pounce on these devils, all right, and bring their kingdom down. The lion of the tribe of Judah. Go ahead, brother. That was it?
No, verse 19. Because he has oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he has violently taken away an house which he built not.
Right.
Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly.
Right. So they're not going to feel quietness in their belly. When they start to eat and they start devouring the people, what does the scripture say? The devil go about seeking whom he may devour?
I got you.
So when they go to devour the people with what you call martial law, I got this. When they go to do this, and they saying Trump might call martial law before the inauguration. All he got to do is start war with Iran, and he can call martial law. When they go to do this, they'll let you know what time we in. You know, how late in the game it is. When they go to do this, that's when the Lord gonna show up. He's gonna raise up a standard against them, and he's gonna send out his holy angels to protect his men. And if the women follow the men, they'll be protected too.
It says,
oh, appreciate it.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. And I just brought that up, you know, because the young lady had asked a question in regards to does Esau, does these Caucasians, these cave dwellers, has a soul, all right? And yeah, they do have a soul, all right? As the scriptures say, that every soul be subject to the Most High, all right? That's the the soul of Esau is not upright in him.
There you go. Oh,
He's foul. He's profane. Man. He's violent in the earth.
I was about to say that too.
This is 1 Peter chapter 5. I'm gonna start at verse 8. Be sober and be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walk about seeking who he may devour.
Right. So the roaring lion, he'd be like Scar on the damn Lion King, Grammy Boy. Right, walking about, little skinny lion, no sickly lion, walking about seeking who he may devour. Who can he trip up? You know, but when he goes to devour, the Lord said he's not going to feel quietness in his belly. He's going to wake him up from this damn dream that they're the rulers of the earth.
I got
Right? Their dream is going to be turned into a nightmare, and our nightmare is going to be turned into a happy reality.
Last precept was like they take the house by violence.
Yeah,
this is Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hands.
Right, man. The earth has been given into the hand of the wicked, and look what they're doing with it. Right? They said the money and the wealth and the rust of it, meaning they stashing it and storing it instead of letting people circulate it around. It's gaining rust. And he said, what? The rust of it shall be a witness against you. You know? Go ahead, brother. So all that riches and resources you stolen from the world got them damn devils nowhere.
Verse 2.
Right.
They covet fields. They covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away, and they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his inheritance.
Right. They oppressed us. They oppressed the Gadites, right? The North American Indians. They, you know, they oppressed us. They oppressed us in our land. But you had heritages, man, that was being passed down from our people, and they took that to where, like Tupac said, these Edomites, they passed their heritages down that they stolen. Us, we got to start our own kingdoms. You know, we have to build ours from ground up. Yeah. Pass.
Psalm 17.
Right. Yeah, somebody can bring it up.
This is cause yeah, man, that's the spirit of Esau, man. All right, they come with smooth words, but inwardly they are raising wolves, man. They come with violence, man, with drawn swords, man, and that's how they did after history after history. You know, from starting with Alexander, man, how he conquered the world by slaughtering, man. That's the spirit of Esau. You got it, Canuck. Yeah, the precept. All right, this is the book of Sirach. This is the book of Sirach, right? Taken by violence, right? You said 17? Yeah. This is
hold on. You said 17.
No, I was talking about Psalm 17.
Can somebody get Luke 16:23, just in case?
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches got by deceit, the kingdoms is translated from one people to another, man. And Esau got this kingdom by deceit, man. By rape, rob, and murder, man. That's the spirit of these so-called Caucasian race, man. All right, they come with smooth words, but inwardly they are drawn swords, man.
Yeah, precept. Right, bro. This is Psalms chapter 17, verse 13. Verse 12. Like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. From men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hidden treasures. They are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. So that's basically what they're doing. They're going around seeking who they may devour, and they are the sword of the hammer of the earth, and the Lord appointed them to do that wickedness. And their inward thoughts is that their house is going to dwell forever, so that's why they leave their substance to their babes.
That comes in, that's why Isaiah 14 and 21 comes into play, right? Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. Because ultimately, they have to pay for the iniquities of their forefathers, man. And spiritually, they're their forefathers today, all right? And ultimately, they're going to get that judgment their forefathers got in the days of old, and that they didn't get in the days of old, so they can get it today, man. You know, that's why the Lord says he's not going to meet thee as a man, man. You know, he's rendering that judgment on 2/3 of our people who were in the past times who helped crucify their big brother Yahweh Shah, all right? As well as the heathen, man, the wicked.
Right. Now, get that Luke 16 real quick, 23.
This is Luke chapter 16, verse 23.
Somebody grab 2 Ezra 15 and 2.
It says, and in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom.
Right, so they're going to wake up from that dream. Right, what you said? What is that? Oh, you go. We're going to start from 20.
All right, this is
19.
This is St. Luke 16 and 19. It said there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and faced some stress.
They fare sumptuously.
And they fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate, full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
Right. So that's why the Lord said, what did it say? We were going to go to them for the want of all things. You know what it said?
Yeah, come on.
Deuteronomy 28, right? We're going to get it quicker. We're going to do it big though. Huh? Got it? Y'all got it at the same time, man.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48.
Everybody bring that fire, brother.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
There you go, man. They got a yoke of iron. And they literally put a yoke of iron around our neck in slavery. You know, they had that big yoke. It was a big piece of iron. And what was that movie? 12 Years a Slave?
Free State of Jones.
Free State of Jones with Moses. He had the Jones around his neck. The yoke of iron. No, he had a yoke, but that ain't a yoke of iron. He just yoked up. But yeah, the yoke of iron around his neck. And that's talking about who? Jacob. This is Jacob right here, man. All right, the strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees. All right, that's right. Well, that's in the future. that's in the future. That's the future. Yeah, we're in the future. We're dealing with the past right now. All right. So they put a yoke of iron around our neck, and he said we're gonna go to them for the want of all things. That's why I said Jacob was begging the rich man, you know, for loans, for rights, civil rights, freedom, right? Going for loans and money and food and housing. Okay, go ahead, brother.
Come on. Back at St. Luke 16 and 21.
Right, and this goes with Revelations 11 too. Can you get that, somebody? Revelation 11? Because this is Jacob sitting at the rich man's table, begging. Let's get it. Romans 11 and 8.
This is
Really like 9.
Romans or Revelation?
Revelations 11 and 9. So like it's cool.
This is Revelations. That's all kindreds.
Yeah, Revelation 11 and 9.
Revelations chapter 11, verse 9. And they of thy people, of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations, shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
That's right. See that? They saw us 400 years, 500 years walking around here spiritually dead, and they didn't. When you put somebody in the grave, you're putting them to rest. They didn't help us find rest. You see that? Yahweh gave us rest in the scriptures. This is the rest where I call the weary to rest. Meaning the truth shall set you free. They didn't want to tell us the truth. They were confederate against us. That's Psalms 83. Somebody want to get that still? Keep going. So they saw us walking around here spiritually dead. They know that we didn't have anything in slavery, so we had to go to them for everything, and they took advantage of that. Go ahead.
And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither.
What you say? They gave gifts one to another? Go back one verse. You go back one verse.
That's 11.
Another verse. 10.
And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them,
There you go.
and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another.
There you go, man.
Because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth.
All right, that's the northern and the southern kingdom of Israel. All right, the Negro, Latino, Native Americans. Okay, and he said what? They rejoiced over us, man. They saw us needing help. We needed help. We needed food. We needed housing. But instead, they rejoiced over our destruction. All right.
They sent each other gifts.
They said, "There you go, the water."
You know, say sending one of our childs to another plantation,
That's
so
right,
to speak.
man. And
you know,
the little what is it, gator bait cards?
gator bait, you know, yeah, stuff like that.
Lampshades, slavery.
Sending postcards.
Slavery skin lampshades, you know, and shoes and clothing.
Making footballs, yeah.
Right. making footballs and stuff. Yeah, with the women's breasts. Filling it with feathers. You know, so they exchange gifts one to another. And or say for instance, Esau was sick. They would take our children and put them up under their feet. Remember that barefoot? I think it was good by Uncle Tom. And he had a barefoot under his foot, and they would say that our skins would pull the sickness out of them. We was like the original medicines.
Hey, that shows you that these devils been know the what our fleshly, what this little flesh do little possess. You know, when they speak on the God gene and you know the pineal gland and so on and so forth.
Right, they know we got some type of spirit with us, some energy. All right.
This is Psalms.
Oh, yeah, bring this out. Yeah.
This is Psalms 83. I'm gonna start at verse 1. Keep not thy silence, O Most High. Hold not thy peace. Be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They that taking crafty counsels against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
There you go. That's the dog licked their wounds. See that? All right. They seen us wounded. They seen us hurt. They seen us begging on the ground. And instead they kick us and mock us and laugh at us. You see that? And even ganged up. Hey, they grab more nations. Look at this. Look at the lion of Israel. Look at the lions. You know, the lion of God. Look at Ariel. You know, look at Jerusalem. But the Lord said, what? We're going to be called New Jerusalem. Renewed, refreshed. Go ahead, brother.
But they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
There you go. So they have all become confederate, just like they weak ass Confederate flag. Really? They have become confederate against us. All these nations. All right, that's why they set up their world of nations. What is it called? What is it called? Not NATO, the UN. Thank you. That's a world of nations. That's Jacksonville. You know, I sound like that ain't right. What is it called? The United Nations, of which we don't have a seat on the United Nations. You know. So they all united through their trade, through their embargoes. They're doing anything they can from stopping the tabernacle of David from rising back up on the earth.
Okay, oh no, I understand.
All right, but that's why the Lord built it up spiritually and it's not physical. All right, go ahead. You got questions?
Oh, I didn't know if I have a question now. You asked me questions. No, okay, well, she just been asking me questions, and I just been iterating with
that's cool.
Talk to me. She understands. She basically wants to right her wrongs. Because she understands the pain that has been caused, and I basically explained why that pain was caused, but she wants to know how she can help.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. We gotta start with this. I don't know if you're an Edomite or not, according to color. It's not about color. All right. Now, there's two nations on this earth that this is all about. It's about Jacob and Esau. You got other nations, but it's really about Jacob and Esau. All right. Esau went on to become a nation called Edom. All right. And they later moved to a place called Petra. You know, Petra, they were the cave people. That's where you get the word caveman from. It comes from them. The word Caucasian goes back to cave dweller. So the Lord raised a nation that didn't know any laws, any natural speech. They were grunting and groaning. Back during the 8th century BC. All right. Now the Lord raised that nation up to rule Greece, to rule the Roman Empire. All right. And ultimately America. All right. So now we all mixed and mingled, so we don't know who's who. You know, that's why we're not Black Panthers. I don't know what you are. You could be Irish, English. Our people are scattered. So that's what this is about, first of all. Now, second of all, if you're an Edomite, you know, if nobody's white. You know, either yellowish, pinkish, reddish, brown, you know. But nobody's white on the earth. Nobody's black like a Jackie. So those are all, you gotta get rid of that. So if you're an Edomite or an Israelite only thing you could do right now as a woman is to warn other people and say, hey, if you see somebody like us, you need to wake the hell up, man. You're a king. Hey, man, you should put, hey, you think I'm pretty? Whatever, yeah, well, pull your pants up. You know, use that against them. Use your beauty. You take it. I don't know if you have a husband. But you get what I'm saying? Y'all have a place to be able to talk to people.
Like, you basically say that, like, you ever meet people, like, you set the standard.
Whoever you run into,
Yeah, so whoever you run into, if they're not, because they're going to boss us.
Point them to us, yes. Point them to us.
Men.
Yep. Now, that, you know, we got other things we can do.
That's it.
Something wrong? Okay, we got. All right, but yeah, so that's really it. And nothing anybody can do for us. According to Revelation 7, let's get that right here. Stuff one.
This is Revelation chapter 7, verse 1, Shalaku. It says, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind shall not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any trees.
Right. When they're talking about the winds, destroying wind, right, when they're talking about the winds, you got 4 archangels that sit around the throne of the Father. Yahweh's throne out in the heavens, in the 4th dimension. There's 4 angels, archangels around them. One's named Gabriel, you heard of him, the one that came to talk to Mary. Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael, and Michael. That's the top archangel. They're the ones that's going to bring this destruction. They're actually holding the destruction back from America. That's why you see everything happening. It's cool. That's why you see everything happening around the world. Women can't help but to be women, man. It's like, you know, in the middle, I mean, I appreciate it, because in the middle of a battle, it's like, hey, man, I'm fighting you out swinging the sword. Hey, brother, when you get that watch? That's how y'all are. It's like detail. All right, so they're holding back that destruction from happening. If not, it would have already happened. That's why you see it happening in the Middle East, but not over here yet. You know, the angels are doing that. Keep going.
Destroying wind. Yeah. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 1. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will rise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me, a destroying wind.
Right, so the Lord is raising up a destroying wind against this place called Babylon. You see that destroying wind is that nuclear fire that's going to be brought here through the missiles that Russia has, that Iran has, that North Korea. All these nations have ICBM missiles, which are intercontinental ballistic missiles. All right, and what's stopping them from being shot on this place? The Lord. Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 7, verse 2.
Right, but once all the men are woke to the truth, the Lord has a certain number that he's looking to reach. He's looking to reach 144,000 men that's willing to stand up and do this. After that number is reached, it's just gonna be like the Titans getting released. You know, all hell gonna break loose once the Lord wakes up his elect. Once his harvest is fully ripe. Once he looks at the garden and he sees his flowers are grown. Once he looks upon the dark earth and he starts seeing the candle lights light up. Once they lit, he's gonna say, oh yeah, look at my beacon, I'm out. Just like Batman got the beacon in the sky. Just like Superman can hear the calls of the people. When he hears us calling out, that's when Yahweh's gonna send Yahweh's 11-foot tall black man, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Go ahead.
It says verse 2, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. He cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, until we have sealed the servant of our power in their forehead.
Yeah, man. So, hey, that's it. We gotta get our people sealed. You know what I mean? Like, you know that sign? No. So we gotta get people sealed. You know, so we can do this. Now, if you really want to know, this is what you can. This is I want you to see it. That's what's coming.
I got a precept. This is Revelations chapter 13.
We took it too fast, right?
Yes.
We took it too fast. Gotta take things slow, right?
Yes. I'm trying to explain names and stuff.
Look, see this? That's the future.
I'm trying to explain names.
But a lot of women want that. A lot of women of the other nations, they want that from him.
I'm trying to break down the language and stuff.
You know what I'm talking about. So
This is Revelations chapter 13.
You see, she cool. He gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
Forgot about that part. I'm just saying.
This is Revelation chapter 13. I'm going to start at verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity.
Right. He that led into captivity, hold it up there. Yeah, hold it up there. He that led us into captivity. Go ahead.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right, they're gonna go into captivity. Go ahead. He said the woman should go.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
There you go. So that's our faith, not about the women, but our faith and our hope is that we're gonna get to put them in bondage like they did us. You know, and that we're gonna see a righteous kingdom on this earth someday.
Beacon fisheries.
All right, and that's the goal, right? The beacon, right? That's spiritual. Beacon fishers on top of that, right? That's crazy, man. Hey, you know, Kyle Lion right out by some shot. So, hey, throw out a brother for this, man. But yeah. Who did that, man? Who the hell baby is this? He got a sign and everything. Drop it like a hard.
God.
All right, let's get it. So where we at?
Back in finish Revelation.
That was it. Let's get Luke.
God, man.
This is Luke, chapter 16, verse 20. It says, and there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate, full of sores.
Yep. Now we know who the beggar is, and we know who Lazarus is. Because the scripture said we're going to go to them for the one of all things. All right, go ahead. We laid at his gate. What the Lord said, Amos, he said, go to the gates of the noble. 1 second, brother. He said what? We laid at his gates, right?
No, that's Isaiah.
Isaiah?
You got it?
I got Job for me. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 13. I'm going to start at verse 2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountains.
Right, the banner is this Bible. Go ahead.
Exalt the voice unto them.
So that's why we raise our voice and we yell. We don't need no microphones. We don't need no 501c3 charters like IUIC or ISUPK. Go ahead.
It says, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the noble.
Right, we shake the hand of our people. All right, sister. I see you. Rump shaker.
That's why she mentioned.
Yeah, the feminine, yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, that's our future bad wins right there. Yeah, Eve recruited us. See, that's what Evites can do. Not recruiting these other women. But yeah, we're gonna have bad winters. We're gonna have concubines, and they're gonna be happy to do it. But yeah.
It's Job 20. 27 and 14. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep.
Right, for his widows shall not weep. His widows, all them nations that were confederate against us, hey, he got the right idea. Nah, don't leave him alone, man.
That's the spirit.
That's the spirit, though. That's the spirit, though. A man can have, nah, get him off. A man can have any type of woman he wants, all right? A lot of our women always say, you gotta get a black woman. No, you don't need to. You get whatever woman that fits your demeanor, your spirit, all right? And that helps you meet your duties for your house. That's it, okay? Because we don't know who's who. But yeah, he said what? Their widows, all these nations that had us in, that were confederate against us, all their women are not going to mourn them. See that? When Esau down in the caves in the pit, they gonna be getting fondled on a bed of gold. Yeah, man. Yep. So that was gonna happen, man. The car light, man. How about see you outside? Go ahead, brother.
All right, this is Luke
What's up, man?
16 and 21.
All right, bro.
Verse 20, Shalom. It says, and there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate, full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. And that beggar Lazarus represents Israel, or that represents Jacob. All right, because you go back to that word Lazarus, it means Jacob.
There you go. All right, go ahead.
And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom.
Yep, go ahead. Carried into the promise. All right, we're being carried now into the promise. And the angels are literally going to carry us into the kingdom. We died and went into slavery, 70 AD. You see that? We were cut off as a nation. So we became dead. But then the Lord said what? We got carried into Abraham's bosom, set up for the promise. And that really means the kingdom. All right, go ahead. So that's what this is talking about, the kingdom.
It says the rich man also died.
So they're going to get the same fate.
And was buried.
Real quick. You got to read that part one more time. Hold up.
Gotcha.
But the same way the curses came on us, the curses are going to fall on them. All right? Go ahead, brother Salaki.
It says the rich man also died and was buried.
There you go. So the rich man, that's when these heathens are going to what? They're going to be cut off. The Lord said that. He said they're going to be cut off forever. All right? So when they're cut off and they lose their riches, but the rich man, okay, he died also. So they're going to be brought low and put into slavery. But when they're in their slavery, that means they're going to wake up from their dream, and their dream going to become a nightmare. Right? Their reality is going to be a nightmare.
Verse 23. And in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom.
Right.
And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue.
Right, that's it on that. So that's basically it, man. Esau gonna be saying, yo, can you give us a little bit of relief? Can you please help me? Please send somebody to just give me like a little relief. Help me out, please, man. Please, I'm sorry for what we did to y'all, just like that girl was trying to do. I'm sorry, man, please. Picture Trump saying that. You can't trust him.
It's gonna be so long.
Nah, what backpedaling on it like this?
White lives matter. Marches and shit.
Yeah, they're gonna have yep, they're gonna be marching right in the cave.
We want some peace. I got peace.
Yep.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 7. No, verse 6. The Lord killeth and he maketh alive. Just like how we died when went into bondage in 70 AD. It says, he bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raised up the poor out of the dust and lift up the beggar from the dunghill to set him among princes and to make him inherit the throne of glory. For the pillar of the earth are the Lord's, and he has set the world upon them.
Right.
And that world he set upon them is the nation of Israel, man.
Right.
We were brought low. And that's pretty much sums up that whole story of the rich man and Lazarus. We're that beggar that being lifted up out of the dunghill and set upon those pillars that were set up by Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Right. And Esau is going to be brought low. Somebody get 2 Ezra 15 and 2. We didn't bring that out yet. All right, look at that one. There's another scripture.
2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 2. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will bring plagues upon the world. Sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
All right, man. Yeah, so that's it, man. Their hurtful works. Esau has a certain number of hurtful works that they got to fulfill, and then they done. He said he appointed their bounds that they could not pass. He said what? Their hurtful works are fulfilled. What the word hurtful stand for? It means wicked. All right, so their wicked works are fulfilled. The mystery of iniquity. You see that? So they have to fulfill a certain amount of destruction upon the earth. All right.
Yep. It's in Job, man. Yeah. Yeah, second.
Is that precept? All right, we're gonna get one more precept. Then we're gonna end it.
First one found it, they got a solid.
Precept. This is Psalms chapter 104, verse 9. It says, thou hast set a bound that they not made like it. Thou hast set a bound that they may not pass over, that they turn not again to cover the earth. So basically, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua set basically a mark that Esau cannot pass, man. So just like the elder was saying, man, they have so much wickedness that they have to do. All right, so forth, like Revelation 12 and 12, they're about to come down with great wrath, man, upon the whole world. Why? Because they have a short time, man. You know, try to push that new world order, lucky. All right, they're going to be stopped drastically in, man, by that divine intervention through the Lord Yahweh Shai, man.
Right, and then Revelation 6 as well. They got a certain amount of destruction, whose name is death and hell. You know, and Satan and the adversary, all this shit, the whole gumbo of wickedness. Somebody got it?
Job 14 and 15.
Yep.
Thou shalt call, and I will answer thee. Thou will have a desire to the work of thine hands. For now thou numberest my steps. Dost thou?
No, 14 and 5.
14 and 5. So like,
that was good precept.
this is Job 14 and 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
That's right, man.
You know, his days is numbered,
Yep.
and the months are with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man.
That's right, man. You ain't gonna find it on no astrology. You ain't gonna find it on no AI or a computer or a Siri. You know?
Can't Google search, what is Monday's number?
Yeah, right. You ain't gonna find it. Egyptology, you ain't gonna find it in Islam, you know, Buddhists, you know, in your meditations, and what they call that, astral projections. You ain't gonna find it, man. You know? A lot of people think you're gonna find it up your woman's ass where your head is at. Got your head up your woman's ass. You ain't gonna find it up there either. So where you gonna find it? In the mind of Yahweh. He said his days and his numbers are with Yahweh, man. You know, the Lord appointed his bounds that he cannot pass that time. So that millisecond, when Esau has completed their work for the Lord on the left-hand side, they done. They done. And the way we're gonna know that is just like a seesaw. As Esau does their work, the elect are doing their work. And when the set number is reached for the elect, and the set number of wickedness for Esau, that's when the Lord gonna tip the scale and it's over. Flip this upside down kingdom upright. Huh?
Like that when the Lord say, he was like, he gonna step in, hop on the scale.
You gonna hop in? That's right, man. So we're gonna end it. If anybody got precept?
Just to sum up what you just said, the second entrance.
Let's get
Second entrance, chapter 4, verse 37.
Go ahead, brother.
By measure hath he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times. And he do not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. All right? I just sum that up, man.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Good way to end the lesson, right? Esau was on fire. So we're on the same page. Speaking of fire, yeah, here you go, man. So the mystery of iniquity, we know that, my bad. But the focus was Isaiah 29. And let's get that one more time and end it with that. Isaiah 29 and 8, I think. 7? Yeah, 7. Let's end it with that, man, just so that point can be clear. You got it?
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 7. And the multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel, even all that fight against her and her munition,
right,
and that distress her, shall be as a dream of a night vision.
Right, so all these nations that fight against Jerusalem and the temple of Jerusalem, which will be us, so they fight against the city of peace. All right, the Lord said they're going to be as a dream in the night. You know, the place where you've seen them, you're not going to see them there anymore. You know, neither shall their place anymore behold them. All right, go ahead, brother.
Verse 8.
Right.
It shall even be as when a hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is empty. Or as when a thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh, but when he awaketh, and behold, he is faint, and his soul have appetite, so shall the multitude of all the nations be that fight against Mount Zion.
There you go, man. Wow, right? So they're going to lift up their eyes in hell upon earth. They're going to realize it. Like, yo, we just had it. We just had them. And the Lord going to be like, you should have been quicker than that. Been quicker than that. That was, this right here? Isaiah 29? 29 and 8. All right. So somebody got that? What was the other one?
Psalm 27, right?
Psalm 27. No.
What is it again?
When it said, when the Lord turned back our captivity, we are as they that dream.
That they that dream.
Yes. 27.
I want to end it with that one. Go ahead, brother.
All right, this is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 1, verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you, man. And I just brought that up to say, man, because all these nations have, you know what I'm saying, brought tribulation amongst the children of Israel, man. So that same tribulation is going to come amongst them, all right?
Yeah.
And the scripture said that's the righteous thing, man. You know what I'm saying? We're not speaking hate. That's straight from the scriptures, man.
Right, man. It's a reality.
It's
truth speak.
Because like it says in Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7, these same curses that came upon our nation is going to come upon the heathen.
Right. Right, man. Go ahead.
The Psalms 126 and 1. When the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream. Then was our mouth filled with laughter, and our tongue with singing. Then said they among the heathen, the Lord hath done great things for them. The Lord hath done great things for us, whereof we are glad.
Right, man. So in the kingdom, when the elect get into the chariots, he said they're gonna look at each other's face, and they're gonna. He said the laughter, right?
Yeah.
They begin to laugh, and they were exceeding joyful, man, and were more joyful. But Esau, when they wake up from like a dream, right? He said they're gonna say, "Wow, the Lord has done great things for y'all." Hey, can you give me some water? That sounds like a hater, right?
Yeah.
They're like, hey, remember me, Junior? You know? Or the boy from Paid in Full, he's like, I smell a motherfucker with money. Get you all that money. That's how Esau gonna be a hater. You're gonna slap the shit, you're gonna slap his teeth out of him, king. So hey, we're gonna end it on that one, man. So he said what? We're gonna be at the dream in the night. Alright? And that's what we praying for, to wake up from this damn nightmare. And for Esau to wake up from there, what do you call it? A good night's sleep. Good rest.
Good rest.
And what did they say?
Good rest. Yeah, this they rest. Yeah. He said all the nations are at rest.
And what do they say all the time when he's like, hey, how you doing? I'm just living the dream.
Just living the dream. The American dream, right? Their American dream.
Hey, they got one more. Just another day in paradise.
Another day in paradise.
That's true.
So with that, man, we're gonna end it. And hey, man, just stay in the spirit, man, and trust the Most High, and trust what the Scriptures say. You know, don't for 1 second fall asleep. Don't fall asleep in this place. You know, the Lord say those that are sleep in the night. Those that are drunken in the night. But those that are of the day, man, are of the light. They walk in the light, bask in the light, man, going from glory unto glory. Studying to show yourself approved, praying, you know, and believing, man, and pushing and hastening the day. All right, the day of Esau's judgment and the salvation of Israel. So we're gonna say Kal, Alayim, La, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amah. All right, double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders, and Shalom to Akim and Akwatim and children that still believe in truth and in sincerity around the four corners of the earth. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah.